What is up, tubular of the ubular? Oh, it's like really hot and sweaty out. It's actually not the horse's but see, I'm just sweating sitting here. Actually, that's coffee drip. I have my iced coffee and it's air conditioned and nobody's around. What is up, Mr. John Mack? And everybody's left the house. So, I mean, all it was here was my brother. If you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to. And, yeah. You know, another happy day in paradise. If you're doing nothing, you know, you could stick my logo on a t-shirt. You know, you said freaking, I supplied you with hats. And I got a couple hats. And Dan got hats and t-shirts. I ain't getting t-shirts. No, I'm just kidding. Just busting your chops. So anyway, yeah, that's that. And right now I'm printing my quick and dirty version of the remake of my X Gantry Tower for the LlamaCore because I had to redesign it and it did it really quick and dirty and just cut it and shifted everything back more or less to see if it'll fit. And I think I did it right. No, I usually wear XLs or 1XLs. I don't wear quite a 3XL. That would be like a tent on me. I'm a little overweight, but I ain't that fat. I never did look and see how these supports were sitting. We might have support issues in the middle here. I didn't even think of that. I just did it quick and dirty. That should come out. What I'm worried about is those right there. I should be able to get all those out. No too much trouble. Nope, that one right there might be a little difficulty. It's all tied into this. Might have to do some damage to it. But this is just a test one anyways. To see if it'll fit. Like I said, I literally spliced it like right here. Right on this plane. And shifted the whole thing back 6 millimeters. Because now it's 6 millimeters smaller than it used to be because the plate is more awesome than it used to be. It used to be a lot more bulky. And it's almost done printing. How close to a finished print is it? Let's go to the pumpkin. Let's look at the pumpkin. The pumpkin says there is 95.35% done. And it has 3 minutes left. 4 minutes left. Tain't that sweet. All it does is a little flange. I could almost quit it for a test, but if it works, I might just leave it on there. I may just leave it on there. Dan's a frickin' 3XL. I don't believe it. I know he's tall, but he isn't. Yeah, maybe. Whatever. I was just busting your chops anyways. Oh, crap. It's not. Oh, no, that'll work. Because that's part of that. This one's in here. And that is knocked out enough, it seems. So it should all work. There's some pretty high-tech engineering I did on this thing, whether it looks like it or not. Make it all stiff and happy. And the mount set in here, and then you can get your screw down in there. I'm not sure about this little slice. I should have fixed that. I actually should have just shifted this hole over, but oh well. I can in the actual version. This is, like I said, this is the original one. I just chopped it and moved it back 5 millimeters or 6 millimeters, whatever the offset is now, because of the flange change. And I will probably redesign it from scratch, make it a little nicer. And here we go with the fucking, oh, I didn't have a screen share on, did I? What is up, Viking and Mr. Bustrom and Mr. Cassell? And all of a sudden I'm losing my voice. What's up with that? Like, just in like the last 5 minutes. Yeah, Dan's pretty tall. I knew that. I mean, he's not gigantic or anything, but he is pretty tall. And he does have a little bit of a round belly. Probably not as fat as I am, but yeah, no, I knew he's tall. He's like 6'2" or something. 6'2" or 6'3" or something like that. Somewhere around there's. Yeah. We know about you, Vampire Viking. You're an oversized vampire. XL is fat when you're only 5'8", 5'9". I'm about the same height as Mr. Buttram. Probably way more. No, I think he weighs a little more than I do. Not by much. What is up, Greg's Maker? Corner.
Just thought I'd join you. I'm getting ready to stream later.
Your audio is breaking up.
Breaking up. Crap. Let me change something.
Oh, you're getting feedback there. You gotta turn the YouTube audio off.
All right, give me a second. How's that?
It's still wobbling. You got something. There you go.
Is that better?
That's perfect. It's delayed.
All right,
though.
Yeah. I'm using the Blackmagic recorder device, so I wasn't sure how well it was going to work.
Yeah, well, StreamYard sometimes has I've noticed, especially when you first start up, audio's out of sync and then it slowly comes back in. Takes a little while. Look, my little carriage piece.
Oh, that's cool.
Must love the flex plates. There's nothing better than a good flex plate. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to get all these supports out of here that I didn't structure. I just hit auto supports, and there's a lot of open holes and crap in here, and I might not get them all out. Let's start with the big fatty. So what are you up to, man? Anything fun and exciting?
Nothing on my side. Just trying to find all my drones. I got a few out for later.
Find them?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know if you can see my background, but I've got a bunch hanging up. I'll kind of move over. And then I've got a bunch of little guys like this. He's probably, this is a baby hawk if you've ever seen one of these.
Yeah, I got a bunch of those without the cameras on them. I just got a bunch, goof around, fly underneath the ceiling fan. I love trying to fly underneath the ceiling fan. That is the most entertaining thing you can do with a quadcopter.
It's like the danger zone, but yeah, there's a little bit of adrenaline rush when you get real close to it.
It's not even that. It's just trying to sit and hover underneath one is near impossible.
Oh, that's true, yeah, because the wind's blowing around everywhere.
And it's swirling, and if you can fly and hover a quadcopter reasonably underneath the ceiling fan, you can fly anything.
That's true, yeah, I will. I've never really. I mean, I've got one ceiling fan that when I fly outside under my back porch, and sometimes I'll fly around that, but it's pretty high speed. What'd you end up doing with the power egg? Did you get it all taken apart?
I'm waiting on their answer. They
Oh,
actually
okay.
wrote me back, and they sent me a shipping label and said, ship it back. I'm like,
Oh,
wait a minute,
nice.
I can't afford this. And they're like, we're going to pay for it to ship it
Oh, that's
back.
cool.
Well, here's the thing. I started tearing it apart the other day, and they've got some factory, don't touch me seals.
Oh, yeah.
So
Right.
before I put it in the box and I spend their money to actually ship it, I wrote them and said, look, I didn't think you guys were going to, it's 3 years old. It's way out of warranty.
Yeah.
I did not expect you guys to say you were going to. So I started tearing it apart. And if that's going to be an issue, I'm not going to waste your time and my money, your money or time shipping it back. So I'm waiting on them to respond to that. But yeah, I got a shipping label right here, all ready to go. They paid for it.
Yeah, that's going to Sweden, right? If I remember right, they're based
No,
on.
they have a repair service in U.S.
Oh, okay.
Going to Texas, El Paso, Texas.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they actually because when I originally talked to them, it was from Sweden, and then I got the email, to ship it, and it says Power Vision USA division.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize they had an office in the U.S., but I don't know.
I didn't either, but it probably saves them money in the long run.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder what they're going to do. I mean, it sounds like, I know you said it had a bad gyro or something, but yeah, I don't know.
At least one of the motors is bad, which is why I think it flipped over.
Yeah, that could be it.
I can't imagine that. People don't realize you got to actually lubricate brushless motors once in a while. And I know Steve never did. And he only flew it like a half a dozen times.
Especially if crap gets in them, I mean.
Yeah, well, it sat in his closet, and I have a feeling one of the bearings just dried up.
Yep.
And of course, I didn't even check it because I was all excited. I spent a good hour and a half, with it just out there blinking, just playing with the controls before I ever even took it off the ground.
Yeah.
And the minute I hit auto launch, which is supposed to bring it up, like a foot off the ground, it just flipped over, and that was that.
Yeah, I've done that quite a few times. But usually when I'm doing that, it's the ones that I built and I got the propellers on wrong, and then they just kind of flip over. So.
Yeah, I have a feeling the motor was already. I mean, they were all spinning because I went over the whole thing. I literally had it sit there spinning for like an hour.
Yeah,
I was playing with stuff, and I was bouncing it along the ground, and playing with the controller and getting used to the idea how it flew. And I was like, all right, I'll take off and fly around a bit. And if I use the auto, I'm not going to crash it or do anything out of sync. And hit auto freaking take off, and you hear it going because it doesn't just spring up off the ground. It slowly winds up.
Oh, yeah.
It wound up, and then all of a sudden it gets to like 3/4 power. And then it just kicks to full power. You can hear it. It's like, wee, and it just like, boom.
Yeah, something.
I have a feeling that motor was already toast.
Yeah, maybe when you put enough. It could be one of the speed controllers too, but it's hard to say.
Nah, the motor's grindy. You can tell.
Yeah.
Now it may be a speed controller too, like you say, and it got dirt in it when it flipped over.
Yeah, that's right. That could have been kind of contributed.
I don't know. I'm sure if I know a company like that, they probably have a record history of everything and the whole flight history of it. And be able to pull the freaking thing out and say, "Oh, you did this wrong."
Yeah, that's kind of how those DJIs are. They've got most of it's in the app, but they still record everything.
Yeah, well, there's stuff recording in the background that you don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then they're
saying something on it, or try and say you didn't, it did something. Yeah. They can pull it up off the freaking memory of the board and go, yeah, no.
And then they send it back to China after you plug in the USB on your computer. At least that's the conspiracy theory. I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So what kind of cool 3D printing projects are you working on right now?
Trying to get the LlamaCore up printing again.
Yeah.
And this was not a good choice to just hit auto supports with this particular piece. Because they all, there's all kinds of inner chambers in here. For all the bolts and the belts and all that. And I just hit auto and walked away, hit print.
I've done that, and some filaments are more forgiving than others. Like, but if you get a good,
they're all locked together inside.
Yeah.
It. It's like one support all locked together in here, and I got to break it all free, and I'm trying not to damage it. It's just a test piece. It's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just to make sure the belts are going to line up now because all the belt paths have changed.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting ready to widen I've got a hypercube that I've been kind of upgrading it constantly, but it's about 60 millimeters too narrow where I can't, because I put the Hammer on it and I can't get all the way to the edge of the bed. So I ordered some wider extrusion. So that's going to hopefully go on this weekend if Ziltech ships it by then. I don't know if they've even shipped it out yet. I think they did.
Probably not.
Yeah.
The way things have been going lately, probably not.
Yeah.
I could just keep breaking it away. The problem is that so.
Now, what kind of belts are you using? Are you just using like the cheap rubber belts, or did you get the Gates?
Well, I wanted to get Gates belts. That was the whole point of this. Is I was going to replace the belts and the pulleys.
Yeah.
And I can't get the belts right now. Nobody's got them in stock that I order from. There's a couple places, but I'd rather not.
I was looking around for some, and I went to Printed Solid. They were all out. That's usually the first place I go. And then I went to
Philistruder's got it.
Philistruder. But then, believe it or not, I had a coupon for E3D, and it was cheaper to order it from the UK with the coupon, which was like 20% off, than it was to order it in the US. It was like, I want to say, I don't even remember. It was, it was like British pounds, so I forget. But it was like less than $40 for 6 meters by the time I applied the coupon.
That's the problem. I need 2, 4, 6, 8. I need 16 meters.
Wow. 16 meters, man.
Well, actually not quite.
That's huge.
Yeah, well, it's big.
Well, what's what's your width on
the frame is 550 by cubed.
Is it a Core XY?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what mine is, but I mean, mine's not that big though. It's like, but it's pretty close. It's like 500, by a little less on the.
Yeah, but your belts are all inside.
Yeah, that's true. They are. Yeah.
That was one of the things when I designed that. If you look, everything is exterior.
Yeah. So
if I want to, with that 500 millimeter frame, I could literally almost bring it to like 450 cubed. Easily.
Oh, nice.
I could probably bring it. The Hammer is going to be my limiting because it's such a big monstrosity. That would be my limiting X factor in size. That thing's got to be over 100 millimeters wide. Why is that? Yeah, nah. Might be 50.
Yeah, still good size.
Yeah. I mean, I got a 300 millimeter bed in there because that's all I could afford for a heater at the time. And it's like tiny inside there. I've got easily 100 millimeters on all sides around it.
Yeah, it's nice to have that room inside. Makes it easier to work on.
Well, that was the whole because the Hypercube, the guy was literally just finishing designing it when I started that.
Oh, yeah.
It was already really popular and everything. And the only reason I didn't do one is, one, I kind of wanted to just design it myself. And two, it was such a big frame for such a small build area. It's like 350. If you do his original, it's like 350 millimeter or 400 millimeter frame. And you only get like 225 millimeters of printable because everything's inside the frame.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I'm never going to print like anything where I need a heated chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not worried about, enclosing it.
And I've got
everything
mine
outside the frame.
Yeah, and I've got mine down in my basement. It gets like, normally in the winter it's like 64 down here, 64 degrees Fahrenheit, and but I'll turn up the heated bed because I've got AC beds on most of them, and if you just crank it up to like 80 C, I've never had any problem. Sometimes I'll print a brim just to be safe. But,
Yeah, I don't even print brims most of the time. I printed polycarbonate on that thing with no issue. I put cardboard around the out. I didn't even put a box on it. I just put cardboard around it so it didn't have a breeze going across it. And I printed polycarbonate on it without.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Buttram's asking if you have any videos on the LlamaCore.
Not really.
That'd be cool to see, but it's been a while, so.
Yeah, that was. I think I spent 2.5 years building it, and that was 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. I did a series on the Hypercube, and I got all the way to the electronics, and then I didn't want to, my electronics were so bad that I didn't want to do a video on it because it was just a rat's nest. So I think I'm getting ready to rewire it with a duet. So I might do another video just kind of showing how I wired it up.
I've done some live streams while I was rewiring this the last time and put the duet inside the box.
Yeah. So you're running duet on that one?
Yeah, unfortunately. I'm not a big fan of it.
Not a big fan?
I should say that. I like it. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's definitely got its advantages. To be quite honest, I think some of the print issues I'm having are because of the duet.
How so?
Well, the interface G code between the slicer and the duet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just not necessarily getting the proper settings.
I gotcha. It took me a while to get mine set up, but I really like it. I mean, I usually run my phone, and I don't even have a display on one of them.
Yeah, see, that's my biggest thing I hate about the duet.
Yeah.
I cannot put a cheapo screen on it.
Yeah, I know.
I've done machining and construction my whole life, and the lack of having that screen right there.
Yeah.
One, I could just look at it and say, okay, that's doing it, and look away. I don't have to open a web browser. I don't have to use my phone. I can just look at it and go, blah. And if something's going wrong, push a button and it's done.
And it stops. That's true. Yeah, that is nice.
Can't do that. I mean, if I'm doing it on the web page, unless I already have the web page, it sits there and you get that 2 or 3 seconds while it loads, and then the screen rolls up, and all that happens. And you got to find a button, and then you got to click it, and then it's got to get over to it. And then with the duet, I don't know if anyone's noticed, when you hit kill it, there's like a 3 or 4 second delay.
Yeah.
If it's printing already, it's got to wait for that G code to finish, that it's already loaded into the printer before it loads the next segment.
That's true.
That segment's going to keep printing. I mean, it's just, I'd rather have that mechanical button and I go
stop. Yeah.
Yeah. And the panel do is just ridiculous. It's an overpriced. I mean, again, it's nice.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, the panel do is an overpriced, useless.
Yeah, I hear you. I didn't get one because
I don't need a touch screen. The only reason I want a screen is for a quick visual readout and a kill button. I don't need all that touch screen crap. I don't get the whole touch screen everybody wants. The point, it's like if you're not, there's so much better ways to control your printer than on, there's the Octoprints and the Repeteer. I'm using Repeteer now. I kind of like that better.
Yeah. I've got Octoprint on my Marlin one, 2 of my Marlin printers, and I don't mind it, but I notice there's a lag, Yeah.
Well, that Repeteer's a lot. That's why one of the reasons I went to Repeteer. Yeah. There's almost no lag with Repeteer.
Yeah. And then the other thing,
it loads so much faster too.
Yeah. One of my printers, there's a bug where, and it might just be what I'm doing, but I'll go to print like a filament load thing, and then I'll go to print the file through Octoprint, and then it like reruns the load. And one time it popped my Bowden assembly out because I'm like, what the heck are you doing? So I've had some weird, funky glitches with stuff. But, there's always trade-offs with everything.
Yeah. I find the more I've used it, the more I'm liking Repeteer.
Yeah.
I really like Repeteer.
It looks like Viking's trying to find a spare panel do for you. I wish I had one, Viking.
You know what I want? I want the damn. I'm serious. Been talking to Dad if he wants this thing. I would do the Panacut board, Panatuck board, whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's 2 things I really do like about the Repeteer or the Duet. I do like the firmware setup. I don't think Rep firmware is better than Marlin. I think Marlin actually gives you a better print with less tweaking, if that makes sense, of the firmware.
Yeah.
You know, you set up your firmware, you tweak your slicer, but you don't have to tweak the firmware. Where I think with duets, you have to tweak the firmware more with rip wrap firmware. Like, you know, the little things make a lot more difference with the duet.
You mean the config? Because I mean, you really
the actual, like, you know, speeds and jerks and all that.
Oh yeah,
feed different with the duet.
that's true.
You know, setting up like linear advance, I can do that on Marlin in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
On the duet, it's freaking 2-3 days. I turned it off because I gave up on it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty similar, but they don't have like a nice little wizard like Marlin does.
They actually do now. There's a guy that you use the Marlin wizard.
Oh, you just use that one, yeah.
And
I think it's like M or instead of a K factor, it's a M factor.
Yeah, well, you download the Marlin one,
yeah,
and he's got like a list, a couple of 3 things that you just change. You know, the M106 to an M109 because that's what Rip Rap uses. That's the, you know what I mean? And then you can run that. But
that's cool.
Some of the, I don't know. There's some stuff about the duet I just don't like.
Yeah, mainly the price. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't even mind the price because that's one thing I do like about it. It's a quality board. No ifs, ands, or buts. You know, I burned through. Matter of fact, the Olmax Micron is crapping out again, and I was thinking it's the motor. I don't think it's the motor. I think the fucking board's crapping out on it, and that's the second freaking SKR I've had on it.
Yeah, I remember you having trouble with those SKRs.
Yeah, the first one burned up.
I think I was on.
Everyone's like, "Oh, you burned it up." It was on there for 6 months before it burned up.
Yeah,
and just fine for 6 months, and then all of a sudden, it started doing the same thing it's doing now. It started getting really loud. Like the X motor on that thing is like screaming loud.
Yeah,
and so I have a feeling that either the driver's going or the board is, because the motor's fine. I checked the motor and I switched it out with one of the other motors. You know, just switched the plug and moved it, and it was quiet as crap. So it's either the driver all of a sudden, because it was never that loud before. So it's not like my settings off. It's just all of a sudden that loud. So either driver's going bad or the motor's going, or the board's going bad.
Yeah, I've never had I think the motor's the only thing that I've never had go bad on a 3D printer.
I've had motors go bad, but I've had them go bad on the Max Micron. But this thing is what, 6-7 years old?
Yeah, I guess after that much time. But
I wasn't, you know, that was my first ever real printer. I mean, I had a freaking what do you call it? M3D Micro before that. That's that's a piece of shit.
I remember those were fun.
No, they were not fun. The only good thing about the M3D Micro
was that the proprietary filament ones, or I'm thinking of the.
No. Well, they had their own little like filament cartridge.
Yeah, the cartridge. That's right. Yeah,
you didn't need it. It's just it was designed to fit inside of it.
Yeah,
it literally fit inside the little 100 millimeter cube.
Yeah,
but it would run any filament. It wasn't like, I don't know, who was it? The MakerBot or something has their own that you got to chip it for or whatever. I don't think it's Maker, whoever it was.
No, I think it was Da Vinci. It was the XYZ Da Vinci or something.
Yeah, there you go. It's Da Vinci, and there's another one that does that. But anyways, it's not like that. They just had their own spool and everything. If you wanted to mount it in it and hide it and make it look pretty, you could just use their little mini spool.
Oh, okay. It was optional.
Or you could feed it directly. You could feed it directly into it, which is what I always did. I just bought regular spools and fed it into it. But oh my god, what a piece of crap that thing was!
Yeah.
It was all gear driven. There was no belts. There was no the main X carriage.
Yeah,
was a carbon fiber tube.
Oh,
flexed like shit for one, with teeth built into it.
Really?
They were built into the carbon fiber, and the head moved on it by riding over those carbon fiber teeth.
That's crazy.
The thing about it is with the gear locked, you could take it and go like this.
Yeah.
There's so
all kinds of play.
Yeah. You know, so they literally had a setting for it because there was so much slop that you could go in and set it in their little firmware things to counter the slop. Which never worked. It always, like if you printed a round coin, it was egg shaped every time.
Oh geez, that's terrible.
You couldn't get rid of it. But it did print after I got my third one. They sent me 3. I I bought it for myself for Christmas in 2014, 13, 14, whenever they first came out. And I got it just before Christmas. I bought it in September, and they were, they were kind of like Perugia. They were shipping them out a month or two.
Oh, yeah. I remember those.
It was, $400 was cheap back then.
It was. Well, my first one was I had a MakerBot Replicator original, the wooden laser cut one.
Yeah.
And, but I bought it used, but it was new. It was like $2,000.
Yeah. So I got it just before, like 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
Fired it up, went through their whole setup thing. Didn't even hit a print, just went to home it or whatever. They have like a setup-y thing, and then it's supposed to home in the middle because it homed in the middle. So I did their whole setup, went step by step through it, said, okay, hit the home thing, and it put it in the middle and drove the nozzle right down, not only through the bed, but through the bottom of the printer.
Dang.
That was like, the bed is just a piece of plastic. It's flex plate bed,
so
but it's just a piece of plastic mounted on top of the plastic, and it went right down into the frickin'. I mean, it just stove the head right. And I'm going, oh, what do I do? Of course, I'm panicking, so I didn't didn't think about just pulling the plug, and it's going, and it's just melting. You can hear it grinding. Oh my God! Awful. And the other thing about those, have you ever seen one of those home?
No, I haven't.
You know how they home? They don't have any like switches.
Yeah.
No switches. Homes by timing.
Oh, so
it knows
like an encoder?
No.
No.
Check this out. It knows at its homing speed because it's
it does it by like actual time, like a clock.
Yeah, it just runs the motor for a certain amount of time. If you're on the farthest X and the farthest Y, it knows how long it would take to travel the whole distance. So if your head's halfway,
that's crazy.
To the end, it goes until the time's up.
Wow. Yeah, well, we've come a long ways, haven't we?
Yeah.
All right, hey, I got to jump off real quick. I'm gonna nozzle.
They sent me a new one because I'm like, and they're like, oh, you did this, and I'm like, no, I did everything right by the book. I had it all printed out, and I actually was filming it on my phone, so I had a video of it. And they're like, oh, okay, send it back. We'll give you a new one. I'm like, I'm not paying to send it back. They're like, oh no, here's and that was one good thing I got to say. Whenever I had a problem with it, right away. Yeah, I did not pay one time to ship that either direction. I got 3 of them in 6 months' time.
That's pretty awesome.
I never got one to run until I got the third one.
That's nuts. That is just nuts.
And they sent me a brand new one. They sent me a new one the next day. I had it like 2 days later. And they said, take the old one, put it in a box. There'll be a label with it. Ship it back to us. They gave me a brand new one. The second one, they're like, oh, let us give you a rebuilt. We think there's something wrong with the hardware or something.
Well, that's good. At least they stood behind their product a little bit.
Yeah, but it was like 6 months. I never got one print. Every time I fired it up, something would break.
Alpha test.
I don't know. I finally got
I got to hop off real quick. Give me a few. I'll be back. I got to hop off real quick and do tests.
I probably won't be on here very long.
Okay. All right.
I don't think I'm getting these sports out of here.
Yeah, you can always bust out the drill or something.
Yeah, no, I don't think I can.
No, too hard.
It's too many.
Sometimes I just reprint it when I run into that. I just,
I may. I mean, I literally, my brother showed up. I hit print and walked away.
Yeah.
I didn't even check to make sure it stuck to the bed or anything.
All right. Well, thanks for the stream. I'll try to join you in a little bit here.
All right, later, man. Anybody else want to jump in? Come on, Viking. I don't want a panel duo, Viking. I just don't want one. I don't need the touchscreen. I don't want the touchscreen. If I got a panel duo, I'd probably put them both together and put them up for sale and get the Panicut board. Panty cot, whatever it is. You want it in there, Danny boy? I don't know. I probably won't stream for very long. I haven't even taken a shower or nothing. I just had dinner with my brother, and he bolted almost immediately because he got sick of my mother, and that was that. And I came up here and sat in the air conditioner. I didn't want to take a shower because I was still sweating. So I was like, I'll sweat on screen and stream for 10 minutes. Oh, just broke the knife blade. I knew there was a reason I don't do like solid top and bottoms. That's what I did, is I have the solid top and bottom, and it just is too much. And we have Dingbat 3D.
What's up?
Dude, I kind of like your new logo-y thing. Other than the first one I was doing, I was trying to make it so you could actually use it like for real in public and stuff.
Yeah,
Yours
well,
did not work.
you can drop the nuts. Yeah, you don't have to have like a nut sack.
I do like that though, having the bell.
Yeah, like the bell body with the head and the wings.
Yeah.
Kind of like a modified Batman logo, you know.
Yep.
But with a bell for a belly.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think that would be a cute little logo. I mean, not busting your chops or anything. I just think that's like a cute thing. You know what I mean? And it's not rude. Calling yourself a dingbat is not. You know, it's cute. It's not.
Yep. That's all right. I know how much you enjoy my man crush on Joel, so I won't talk. I won't talk about what happened today during Joel's live stream.
It just gives you a item to use as a logo. You know what I mean? Like Dan Barrio is Dan Barrio. What are you going to use for a logo?
Yeah.
Or Dingbat, you can be like, ooh, just like you did. You know, and it's cute. And
a bell and a bat. There you go.
Yeah.
Because the bell goes ding, and you got a bat. So.
It's just like, you know, noob or 3D printing nerd, or you could just be a 3D printing dingbat.
Yep. Oh man, I'm sorry to be eating on stream, but I haven't eaten all goddamn day, and I'm hungry as hell.
Ooh, I don't know why I started this stream.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my throat's getting all like. It's almost like I'm losing my voice.
Yeah.
My throat's getting all swollen. Oh crap! I got the corona.
Yeah.
Never know. I could have.
You very well could have. We just had our meeting at the at school today about the proposed plan for the school year for this year. So
yeah, you guys do the same thing we are, right? You're gonna do 2 days with one class, a day off, and then 2 days with the next class type of deal.
That's what we're proposing to the board for approval.
Yeah. Connecticut's pretty much already approved that. That's what we're gonna go with.
Yeah, we're waiting to. It's got to go to the board. The board's got to approve it and then see what happens. We're still offering the option for homeschool.
Yeah. Well, we're ridiculously like the governor's about ready to shut the state down to everybody else because we are now the #1 cleanest state in the nation. We had 0 deaths in the last 2 days, and we only had like 50 new virus things. And everyone's like, "Oh, you guys just aren't testing." We have the second highest testing rate of all the states in the country, and we're only getting like 50 or 60 new cases a day.
Yeah.
Not thousands like Florida and Texas. And we're actually doing more testing per day than, because every hospital in Connecticut's got it. It's free. The state's paying for it if you don't have insurance. So there's people just doing it to do it. You know.
Stupid ass cat, quit.
So we're doing one of the highest per capita testing.
Yeah, testing per capita. Yeah.
The absolute bottom lowest rate of new cases, and we have 0 deaths in the last 2 days.
Yeah, well, that's
hospitals are almost like they're only at like 40% capacity.
Yeah,
that's one thing. The other thing we're doing is if you get it and you're sick, but you're not life-threatening sick, if basically you got the flu, they're not even letting you in the emergency room anymore for any length of time. They keep you, they test you, you test positive, and they're sending you off and getting you in-house nursing. They're not keeping you in the hospital. They're sending you home, and you automatically get visiting nurses.
Nice.
So, yeah, Connecticut's got it kind of figured out, or at least it seems to.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Mr. Buttram, the idea for the logo, it hasn't actually been made yet. But the idea for the logo is me and Llama were sitting here talking one day, and he made a comment about I should really embrace the dingbat. And I said, yeah, that my logo could be something like a bell, like a bell and a bat. And he started laughing, and the idea kind of kept going. And then he made up kind of like a quick little script, like a little, here it is. And then from there, it's just kind of been going, and it's just trying to find something that works. And earlier today, I just penciled a bell, and then I made like a bat, like the bell was the body and the bat's wings and like its head on top. And then I was joking around, and I drew a nutsack where the gong is on the bell. So I drew like a little nutsack hanging at the bottom. Just joking around because I know it's not very kid friendly or very.
Yeah, that's just not public friendly. I mean, for us,
that's how funny for us goofing around, but not for us. But
if you ever did start getting popular and want to really put out videos and stuff, you don't want something like that.
Yeah, I don't want a bat's nuts.
You have to think about that kind of crap in the future.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need a bat's nuts as my gong for when I'm trying to hand out maker coins and shit to kids at
Dan does cream his pants when the gong comes around. But that's all.
The reason he's saying that is because Llama, did you see his live stream earlier?
Where he was on top of the truck, yeah. I didn't really watch it. The audio was just so terrible; it's driving me crazy. That my brother was here. And
no, he gave me a shout out, like an actual shout out. He was, he sat there and he saw me and he goes, "Oh, DB3D Dan." He goes, "Hey," and he starts talking about like he was saying some kind words and then said that I stream often and that he's been known to periodically pop on my stream. So if people want to see more of Joel, that they should go subscribe to my channel so that this way when he comes on they'll be able to see him. And I got 2 subscribers
that matter like me.
Huh? What?
No, I was just being a jackass. I was like, you should be on people's channels that matter like me.
Yeah. He should be on Llama in the morning.
I doubt he's up when I'm streaming most of the time. You got to remember he's on the West Coast.
Yeah, you're on the East Coast. He's on the West Coast. There's a 3-hour time difference.
3 hour, yeah. Actually, he might be in the 4-hour bracket, ain't he? Isn't Washington 4 hours away?
Well, from you to somebody else, there's only 3 time zones across the U.S., and then you get out into Hawaii.
I think there was 4 when you got to the upper panel, the upper corner of.
Oh, I don't know. There could
Washington and Alaska are 4 hours away. I don't know. I can't keep it straight.
What's cringeworthy?
I don't know, Mr. Buttram. You tell me. Where's Mr. Buttram? He's here to correct me.
Come on.
Come
on, Buttrion. What is cringeworthy, by the way, Mr. Buttram? Trying to figure out what you're talking about as cringeworthy, because if you're talking about Joel, he's not cringeworthy. Joel's an awesome dude. You're just jealous. He's got 400,000 subs. Yeah. I'll never have 400,000 subs, and that's okay.
I don't think Buttrion jealous. No.
No, I like Viking, but he should be on my stream.
you actually have to stream now and again, Viking, for him to get.
Yeah, Viking. Just because you streamed once in the last 6 months doesn't mean you're a streamer.
I don't know why he doesn't. He gets on, he starts streaming, he gets like 20 freaking people more than me.
No, Buttram, what he's trying to figure out is like where Joel's at. What he's trying to figure out is where Joel's at. Is that a 3 or a 4 hour time difference from him? Because I know there's 4. I believe it's
3 across the country. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, there's 4 across the whole country, but when you're in one, that leaves 3 more to give you a difference. So technically, he'd be 3 hours behind you.
Whatever. Yeah. Most of the time when I'm streaming, he's still in bed.
Yeah.
Well, I get the impression he's a late night guy anyways, not a morning guy.
Yeah, because there's been a couple of evenings where he's popped in and said hi. But again, our 10 o'clock is only his 7 o'clock, you know?
Yeah, you're on East Coast time too, right? Or are you Central?
No, I'm Central. Yeah, I'm Central. And Viking,
you're more East, Central,
Viking,
Mountain, and West, right?
There's the East, Central, Mountain, and Pacific.
Right. So there's 4 hours.
Yeah, there's 4. But U.S. has 5 time zones. Yeah, because you got Alaska,
Hawaii.
Well, actually, you got Alaska, and then you go 2 more hours out after that, and then you run into Hawaii, because Hawaii is like 3 hours off the mainland. If I remember right, I might be wrong on that. It might be.
I thought it was like right on the edge of the next. It's only actually like an hour behind California.
Here, let's see here.
Because California is on one edge of the time bracket, and Hawaii is on like the other edge of. So there's only an hour missing between the two. If I remember correctly. Something like
It was
that.
a little harder than that, but I'm gonna.
I don't know. I can never keep
Let's
up.
see, what time is it in
Hooray! Hooray! Let's go to hooray!
In Hawaii, it is currently 12:42, so that is 5 hours from me. Tack on 2 more, so it's 3-hour time difference from the Pacific to Hawaii. So it is 3 hours off the mainland. Yeah. Okay. 3D printing and painting. What's up, Jerry? How you doing, good sir? Or should I call you Jared?
I don't know why I'm working at this so hard. By the time I get this out, I could just print a new one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is that anyway? I didn't catch that part.
It's the new X tower for the LlamaCore where I got that plate.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The belt's all shifted 5 millimeters over, and I was gonna leave it and just run it for a while. But the actual belt rubs against the base right here because it's touching it. So I was like, I just literally put it back.
Watch. Stop. Watch. Pull
Reprint.
and close. Go here underneath.
Only like a 2-hour print.
Camera moved. Camera moved.
I even got it still loaded in my slicer. I didn't even close the slicer. Close preview.
See, I finished the case now. All I've got to do is put the hardware in the case. So maybe while I'm sitting here, I could do that while we're chatting. I could put that in. This case has actually turned out pretty good. There's one little issue, and it's not even something that affects the functionality, so I'm not worried. I'm not even going to let it bother me. Just going to put this bad boy together, start putting screws in it, and make it all one. But there's the holes for the mounting to the 2020. See that, Viking? See how awesome that is? This stuff prints so gorgeous. Oh,
yeah.
Wish my camera would actually focus better.
It's split. Oh, it's not. Okay.
It's the split because it's a box.
It looked like it was a crack the way you were holding it.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to be that way because this part here is the part that I mount to the 2020 extrusion. Then the board and everything, like the board mounts in here, and then there's another spot down here for what am I thinking here? There's something else I can mount in here if I wanted to. I forget what the box or what the case actually holds. But this way, I can mount my stuff and then have it all enclosed. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to do like a lot of the Hypercube cases that you see. They've got just like that little cage that just holds on to the board, and the board sits all free air, open air like that. And I didn't like that because, like with me, I know my stupid. I'd bump it, do something, knock the heatsink off a driver, then it'd overheat, and there'd be a problem. So I was like, nope, let's just go ahead and make a nice enclosure to put it all in. So I think I got a big old hole for a big old 80 mil fan. So I got to find me an 80 mil fan to put in there. So I'm going to probably dig through some old PC cases and see if I can find one. And then I'll find a 5 volt on the SKR 1.3, see if there's a 5 volt somewhere to hook to. And if not, I guess I'll just find a 12 volt fan then. Or 24, because I guess I'm doing a 24 volt meanwhile. See, look at that. Beautiful. Mounts right up to the 2020. Boom. See, gorgeous. And then, of course, it's got its little bracket at the top so that it can have 2 points of securing on the power supply. So,
Making a bridge over that.
Now that I'm taking over the Llama stream, I gotta take some migraine medication because I got a damn headache.
Got a bridge over that. I don't think I'll have a problem with that.
My loving wife is taking 3 of the cats to the vet right now. Well, to my in-laws, so they can go to the vet.
Think I'm gonna have any problems printing that? That'll bridge right there.
It should.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
It's not a very far. I mean, how far is that? I mean, that's not a very far stretch. It should be fine.
20 millimeters, I think. Not it's like 18 actually.
Then it should be able to gap. It should be able to
Yeah.
do a gap at 18 without a problem. I mean, if you
But
were
it's
talking
gonna-
like,
It's
if
gonna
you're
bridge
talking,
out this anyways.
yeah, if you were talking about going across the part where you got your infill right now, the little area there where you got your infill, that might be, depending on how it bridges that might be a little questionable, but I think you'd be fine. Actually, I think you could probably do
And
it.
that's in where the belt, and there's plenty of room. So even if it sags a little, I could just go in there with a file and clean it out.
Smooth it out. It'll be fine. The only thing I've noticed is I do have a problem with my printers printing circles. Because when they print things laying down, as it prints the circle building up, all of my circles get that lovely little squish to them. If you can see, they're a
Yeah,
little oval.
Really don't have that problem.
Yeah, I kind of have that problem, but that's going on the up, like when it's laying down on the bed and it's printing this way, built into layers.
Like this one right here.
Yep, like that one.
Which this thing will auto fill those with supports, but I never do. Because again, even if it sags a little, and sometimes it will, real curl. I just hit it with a drill.
Hold on one second. I got girls talking to me.
Print it. Get rid of this one. Don't need that. Don't need that. Upload a G code. I'm on now. Test print R G code. Test tower R's G code. And it's loading, and hit print. And away we go.
Okay, so the girls are now talking. They're leaving me. I'm going to be just me and the littlest one home. So I'm going to jump off here real quick while they're not gone yet and get a shower in before they leave so that this way the little one's not left unattended. If you're still on in about 10 minutes there, Llama, I will come back and hang out, but I just got to get the nasty off me. So back
I don't know. I just jumped on because nobody else is on, and I was, had 10 minutes. I wasn't even planning to stay this long, to be honest with you.
If you stay on, if you can find something to do and stay on for a little bit.
My hair.
Your hair looks amazing, daughter. But yeah, if you want to, like I said, if you want to hang out, I'll come back.
Viking, jump in. You haven't been on one of my streams in a while.
Yeah, Viking, go be a space filler till I come back, man. And then when I come back, you and I haven't really had a chance to be on a stream together in a while there, Viking.
Haven't you started your Yappy whatever? Yep, year. I don't know.
Okay, I'll be back. I'm going to shower and take advantage of this time. So I'll be back.
Yeah, let's go scrub his nuts. Literally. Zolan starts at 40 minutes. Good. Be long gone by then, hopefully. Can't imagine I won't. Something's going wrong with my throat. Done. It's a pretty cool looking piece of hardware right there that I redesigned. It's actually wicked strong because, I don't know, it's been on there probably 2.5, 3 years, and I have not had any issues with it. And now it's just a little bit shorter. A little bit more squishy. What is up, Chris Travis? We need some people in here. Come on, people. You don't want to listen to me babble all the time. What are you, idiots? Come on. I'm in bed. You are not in bed. I don't believe it. You're in your coffin already, you vampire. Crap. I don't know if this is going to work right here, but that little slot. But we'll find out. I really don't see why it wouldn't. I don't know what the hell happened here. I didn't design that in there. That shouldn't be there. Again, that's what's going to hurt anything. The belt will clear it. And we actually probably make that even smaller. Oh, that's from me filling in and moving it. That's what that's from. The belt's going to comes really close to this wall. And this one goes there and comes really close to that wall. And I may have to knock that little lip out. King size coffin. I don't see why this shouldn't work, even though I did this real hackery off the original. The original one, I took my time and built all clean and neat. This is very hackery. Should be able to get the screw in there because it's only an 8 or 9 millimeter screw, and it's a 10 millimeter tall hole. Which I think I use a 10 there because of this, right? Yeah. That's still like, I don't know, 12 millimeters across there. So the screw should fit in there. And then I got the hole here so I can get the screwdriver down in there to tighten it. So that should all work. That's kind of new. Order cheap, true wireless earbuds. There you go. Oh, here we go. It's going to print now. And it's printing. And it's printing perfectly as usual. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll go take a shower. I need one. I've been sweating all day. Oop. Goodbye. Goodbye. You know what? Maybe I'll do the other one. The other side. Because that looks like it should work. Can't see why it wouldn't. Quartz Y ports. Moving tower. Bring this one out. That's what it used to look like. This is what it looks like now. That's the old one. Yeah, that's the new one. Well, that's the old other side one. I do have it on. Oh, no, I don't. Share screen. Yeah, no, I like them. I found the earbuds I have. I got some good Bluetooth ones. They're actually really good. They were like 25 or 30 bucks. The audio was great for me. The bad part I found about them was the mic sucks terribly. Like really, really, really badly. Like really, really, really badly. How far did I move it back? Not telling me, is it? Well, I can do this. And do this. And do this. And do this. Where is it getting that from? I want to use this. Close. Sometimes fusion annoys me. Project that. Okay. Now I can do it. Because now I got the center point. Center point to here is what? 6 millimeters I moved it back? Yep. Close. Finish sketch. Go to the end. Hide. Don't need that sketch anymore. Delete. I might have a few things I got to clean up in there that I didn't clean up before, but sure. Sure. Let's slice a body. Okay. Hey, why don't I have my thingy over here? Oh, so you. Sure. I don't have my hierarchy here. What's up with that? Oh well, guess I'm not going to do that now. Oh, I mean, they're uploading forever. When I hit save, it should have uploaded it right then and there. One thing I hate about Fusion is it just doesn't want to quit. I'm not in the mood to deal with it right now. What's up, Matt? Jesse? Yeah, I've been doing this for an hour and my throat's getting all goofy. I think I'm going to kill it. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was spraying freaking ant spray. I bet I got a hit of ant spray in my throat. I was doing that just before dinner. Bet I got a freaking breath of it. Probably not good for me, but I'm old and tired and worn out, and I don't care if I die tomorrow or not. Well, I'm just dead. Don't want to be sick. Just die and get it over with. Kidding. Anyway, I'm going to kill it, guys, because no one wants to hang out, and I'm tired of listening to myself. No one freaking you guys must be tired of wanting to listen to me. So, I'm out. Have fun. I think Zolan's going to be streaming in like a half an hour or so. I want to take a shower anyways. See yous. Oh, now we got Dan back. I was literally just going to hit the goodbye button.
Well, you can go ahead and hit the goodbye button. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I'm going to.
That's fine.
Because I'm going to go take a shower now.
All right, man. Well, yeah, it worked out perfect because I just got out the shower and the girl's dad just pulled up. So I was like, I quick power shower and I'm good.
Yep, that's all I need. I just want to rinse off from sweating all day.
Oh, yeah.
Later, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.